Hello, so let's discuss about activity or active play or attacking or being relentless, whatever you call it. So the game goes like this: e4, best by test, Scandi, we take knight here, bring our pawn in the center, and we push the knight from the center after developing a knight. Yep, this is inaccuracy because the knight is buried now, like buried now. Knight should probably go here because it has more space to breathe, but here, no. And we kick the knight away. So we have 3 units in action, and he has 2. Now it will be 1. So 1 unit versus 3 units. So we're already ahead in development. So we bring our knight out again. Like we develop more. He brings the bishop out. We bring our bishop out, and he does this. Now I can see that if he takes my knight, I take it back with my bishop, and he takes this pawn. So this pawn is hanging. So I have to defend this pawn, right? So you need to find the best way to defend it. Maybe you can pause the video and think of the best way to defend it. Defend this pawn, sorry. So I hope you did. You can play b3. This is completely fine. However, let's think of a move that attacks this bishop, defends this pawn, and also develops a piece. Yep, queen d4. Now you might have a couple of questions. First question, why didn't I worry about this pawn in this position, right? I only worried about the pawn, about losing the pawn here. Why didn't I worry here? Because if he takes, I take back, and he takes the pawn, there is a fork, right? And you win the knight. However, when you play this move, this diagonal is blocked. So we need to protect the pawn. So queen d4. Now, second question. Why are we bringing our queen out early? Isn't it against the opening principles? It's generally bad to bring your queen early, and I'll show you why in this board. Let's say e4, e5, and we play d4 and bring a queen out early. Now the queen can be kicked away, and black also gets to develop a piece. So that's why it's bad. We lose time. But here, we don't lose time. We just bring our piece early, and very few things can attack my queen. Now uh, let's analyze what black can do. So firstly, the bishop is hanging, so bishop takes the knight. We take back. Now what? So the queen can be attacked 2 ways, c5 and e5. Let's analyze both of them. If he goes e5, I take en passant, and he takes back. His pawn structure is ruined. King is open. I like it. The second option, c5. I en passant, he takes back. His pawn structure isn't bad, it isn't good, and king is not open, but I like it because his pawn structure is bad, and I'm happy. So I'm fine with this move. It can't be attacked in a way that gives black an advantage, right? In this position, it gave black an advantage because black could develop a knight while attacking the queen. But here, nothing happens. So he takes, I take back, and knight goes here. Fine. Probably he should have pushed the pawn, took the bishop, developed the bishop, and castled. That's what I would do. However, there are flaws because I already have too much control over the center, too many pieces in the center. So we attack again. Black has 2 units in action. We have 5 units in action. Let's attack some more and reduce the number of units in action. The black has 1, we have many. So what would we do in this position? We develop more. Activity is king. Active, active, active. Just make everything active. Now, c6 probably not the best move because we need to castle. We need to desperately castle. And do I care about the pawn? No, because we care about activity and attacking. So we castle. We care about activity. And then he moved here because he wants to develop the bishop. However, we now pin the pawn. He develops the bishop, and we take. So there is a double threat. Check and promote to a queen. And second threat, we take the queen, and the queen can't be saved. It's a danger square, danger square, danger square. So black makes a move and resigns. So what do we learn from the game? So firstly, if you have pawns in the center and you can protect your pawns, don't worry about pushing them too far. So here, this is not overextension. This is not overextension because this is protected twice and this is protected, right? And the knight goes back. Yeah, and the knight goes back. So we have healthy pawns in the center, beyond center. Black has nothing developed. We have a lot developed. Right? We're ready to castle. We're ready for everything. So don't worry about these overextensions. If you are behind in development, then don't push a pawn too far. But you have too many pieces, so just push. Yeah. And and yeah, that's it. So we attack, attack, attack. We care about activity. And I want to show you one more game, not played by me, played by Paul Morphy, that shows you the power of activity. So I remember the game by heart. The game goes like this: e4, e5, knight f3, d6. This is already bad because it blocks the bishop. So we open up the position, goes here, we take. Black can't take back because we capture the queen and black loses the right to castle. So black takes the bishop, we take the black takes the knight, we take the bishop, he takes the pawn, and we develop. Now, 2 units in action, 1 unit in action, sorry, 3 units in action for white, 1 unit in action for black. Black makes it 2. Now these 2 pawns are weak, so we double attack. By we, I mean Paul Morphy double attacks. Black defends this pawn because if black defends this pawn, then this is checkmate, right? So f7 pawn is way more important, so black defends the f7 pawn, and we bring our knight out. So 1, 2, 3 units in action, 1, 2, 3, 4 units in action. Now black plays this move, we pin the knight. So the pawn is in action, but pawn does basically nothing other than opening the vision for other than allowing the queen to look at the pawn. And we have many things developed. And black kicks the bishop away. And since you have so much of activity, you can afford to sacrifice some pieces. So I take the pawn with my knight, and we give a check. Knight goes here. And what do you do to a pinned piece? You put more pressure to a pinned piece. So we castle, put more pressure, and black protects the knight. And in this position, if you could exchange this knight for this rook, that would be a great trade, right? Because this knight is protecting, blocking the king, it's around the king, and this rook is doing nothing, staring at his own pawn. We can't directly trade it, but we can indirectly do it by sacrificing this knight. Not really sacrificing, we just take the knight and we play this move. Now it's too much pressure for black to handle, so black wants to exchange queens. And now this is the final blow. If you are so much ahead in development, you get to the position where tactics just flow. We take, knight takes back, and the final move, queen here. Knight takes and checkmate. Morphy mate, activity is king. Yeah, you just basically win games in a really satisfying way if you are active. So always aim for activity, don't care about material so much. I mean, do care about material once in a while, but if you want to win romantically, care about activity, just like in this game. So I hope we learned something from the video. Thank you so much for watching.